So hello and welcome to day one. We start today and that's it. It's your chance to get completely clear on where you are today and where you want to go and hopefully go forward. Well, that's it. So hopefully you will see in the training modules that you've access to worksheets that are going to go alongside this, okay? Now it's probably not really going to surprise you, a lot of what I'm going to say over the next 8 days, but it's going to be a lot of the stuff that you already know. So in order to go forward, we need to know what's best for us. We need to know how to get out there. We need to know all of this stuff. So why do some of us achieve what we want to do and some of us don't? Well, actually, most of us get stuck, me even as well, okay? And we just need to know kind of what we can do to push past that barrier. So I'm here to tell you that, this isn't me telling you what to do. I'm going to just be lighting a path for you, a guiding light, shining the way for you, and to show you that there is help going forward, but you have everything that you need inside of you. Okay, so I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not going to provide you with, with a roadmap. I'm just going to ask you the right questions. So that way, then you can go and write your own plan. And you can see actually there are a lot of worksheets in here, and that is because of the reason that as we go through this, things are going to change. So let's just recap. I started my own business, Magic Tagic, in November 20, just after I started a training course for Tech Pixies. I wanted to, I just wanted to walk back into what I initially knew about. So I wanted to be working with plumbers and tradespeople because that's where I'd been for the previous 17 years of my management career. And after a few months of, jumping in and learning everything I could, I built out my website, I did some training courses, I did everything ready. I prepared everything that I needed. I built the sales pages, I did all the emails, the automations. I learned so much. And it was nice. And I had a bit of traction, so it was good. I had a couple of sales and I had a few people interested in what I was doing. But I realized actually it wasn't for me. There was still something missing. I wasn't jumping out of bed every morning, really excited about what I was going to be doing. And if you are not jumping out of bed, excited about what you're doing, you need to be changing what you're doing. That's it. So now, if you're employed and in a job, I apologize, but you're taking this for a reason. It's to kind of help you get clear. So I'm hoping this is then going to give you some answers. So, are you working towards clarity? You are not going in the direction that you want to go in, then that's fine, okay? You are not a tree. You can change. And it might be that, you're on the right lines, you're just in the wrong direction. Because I was on the right lines, I was doing what I wanted to be doing, I just wasn't in the right direction. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. But you know that if you take a 5-degree shift left or right today, and you keep taking that 5-degree, and you literally just take 5 degrees, you can actually go off on quite a curve. And then in half a year's time, you'll be so far down a completely new road, still doing what you're doing or having that skill set and using that, but you'll be in a completely different place. And that's what happened to me. So I decided I wanted to go on a course to learn how to deliver online courses. I didn't want to, do the course. And actually, after I finished doing that course, I realized I didn't want to deliver online courses at that point in my career. It just wasn't for me. And for the tradespeople and the plumbers that I wanted to work with, that wasn't for them either. So I kind of got really clear when I did that training course, but I had to kind of go kiss a frog before I kind of realized that that wasn't for me. And it was because I kept being drawn back to, no plumbers are going to want these courses. So actually, it was a bit of a stuck situation for me. I had the skills and the talents and the know-how and the knowledge to run these courses, but I was in the wrong industry. Now, that didn't mean that my skills were useless. Far from, absolutely far from. I realized that I had to just trust the process that I knew. I had to release my anchor and let go. My anchor for me was the job that I knew. Now, if you think about what you know, you also have an anchor. And that anchor is going to be holding you still. But if you know that you've got the skill set, but you're just in the wrong place, then let go of your anchor. I just refer back actually to a bottle of water. I'm going to take a bottle of water as an example. If you go to a corner shop or Sainsbury's, for example, actually, let's go for a big supermarket chain, Sainsbury's or Asda or Tesco, for example, you can go and pick up a huge case of, say, 12 bottles of 500 ml of water, okay? And it probably costs you probably £2.50 for 6 or 12 bottles or something like that. So it's probably about somewhere between like 30p to 50p per bottle in a supermarket. Then you go to, say, a corner shop where you then, you go in there and you just want a bottle of water. You can probably spend £1 because you're just buying one. You then go to, I don't know, Marks and Spencer's, and you'll spend probably £1.50. If you go to Starbucks, you'll probably spend £2.95. Go on an aeroplane. Actually, they don't charge for water on an aeroplane. I don't think so anyway. But if you go to any of the big the big hotels, they're going to charge you for a bottle of water, or even in a restaurant. Think about what they charge you for a bottle of water in a restaurant, and this is it. The water inside the bottle is exactly the same. It's just in the place that it's put. Okay, that's it. It's just in the place that it's put, but water doesn't change. Okay, it's the same thing in the same bottle. So let me just share with you what happened with me. I let go of my anchor, and lucky for me, lucky or not lucky, I think that we make our own luck sometimes. I took my skill set that I knew that I had, that I enjoyed doing, and I decided to go and work alongside somebody actually. Well, actually, she said to me, can you come and help me? I didn't know why I said yes at the time. But I helped her to deliver her course because she knew that actually after taking this training course, she wanted to run a course. So I helped her to deliver her course. We put a lot of work into that. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? It was heavy going, and there was a lot to go, in it, which is now why I help those that want to deliver courses, because I know what it takes. Well, she managed to hit 5 figures on her first launch. And do you know what? The old saying goes, we never look back. But I knew at that point, actually, I had facilitated so much of what she managed to achieve that I knew that that is where my business had to be. Now, you remember from the video that, the very first welcoming video, I was very good at helping people kind of get over their stuck points. So I knew that, being a very good, strong project manager, a very good integrator. Have you heard of the term integrator before? An integrator is somebody that's they've got really clear thinking, black and white, and that they can take somebody's idea and literally put it into a plan and a process and push that forward into reality. Just means taking the processes and streamlining them completely. But that's what I do for people. I take their vision and I make it their reality. And that's now what I teach other people to do. I help other people to get clear. I help other people to streamline their business processes. Had I have decided back then when I did that training course, actually, that I had to stick with the plumbers, I don't know what I'd be doing now. I'm not too sure where my business would be, sitting. But I do realize now that I have that passion to jump out of bed because I'm actually really now fulfilling my dream. I love doing what I'm doing. It's pulling on what I've always done. And I'm just now putting more skills around it. And I still get to help out so many amazing other people and just give them the opportunity to do what they want to do, just with my help. So, no, you don't have to be on the same track if that's not where you're starting from. And this is where it gets really exciting, because actually the best part of the clarity challenge is that then you can kind of see where you should be going and what you want to be doing. And if only I had this training when I was getting started, I think I'd have really enjoyed that. Okay, just somebody to kind of give me, a shine a light further down my path than I could probably see myself. There was a lot I didn't understand back then. So, and a lot of now what I do is I create things to make things as simple as possible for everybody else. So, are you ready? So I know that you've already made that commitment. You're here, you're watching this video. So congratulations to you. You know that something needs to change. You just need to know what direction to walk in. So after we finish in a week, or, if you do a modular day, or it could be 2 days that you're going to finish it in, or it could be 2 weeks or a couple of months. I urge you to try to stick to one a day. There is quite a lot of the worksheets to kind of fill in as you're going through. But don't cheat your way through it. Do it properly, because what's going to come from it is going to be so good for you. You're going to find clarity, complete clarity. And I've already said it, you have it inside of you. You know where you're going. You know, you don't need to be told that. And, you know, it might seem like the funniest question in the world, but who are you? Who are you? This is, you know, the worksheet for today. And the reason I get you to write this on day one, it's not a tricky question. It's really not. This is going to be the starting point. As you go through each day, you're thinking it will shift a little bit, but then it's going to evolve, it's going to change, it's going to adapt, which means that you're going to see how it completely moves from what you say you are today to what you actually are in a week's time. Because then you're going to become so much clearer. So, should we have a goal? Who am I? So, well, I help small business owners to simplify their business processes to move forward faster. There you go, that's it. But that's not who I am. No, that's what I do. So let's try it again, shall we? I'm a 40-ish-year-old woman. I have 3 children, a lovely husband. I cannot complain about my life. I'm really fortunate to be able to learn things quickly, see things differently from most other people. And I think that's where my talent lies. I really dislike Lego. Completely. I don't mind cooking, and I'm a complete home girl. So I'm really enjoying being able to work from home, which I've not been able to do for the previous years that I was employed. So this is a complete blessing in disguise for me that now I have this, you know, this role as I do. So I love my family. I love my kids. I love to be at home. I love looking after my children. Still hate the Lego, especially those really tiny small pieces that you find in the carpet after your children go to bed, and then you stand on them and then yelp. If you have children, you'll understand. So that is who I am, okay? I also want you to go and write that down. And then I want you to write what your goals are, because actually from today until you finish, actually your goals are going to change. So if you're still looking and writing down the same goal as you were 12 months ago, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're doing it because either your goal was, maybe it was too big, or, you know, it was kind of not easy to hit. Because I can assure you that if you're working for a year on something, you know, had it have been your true focus and intention to be able to hit that goal and you still not managed to hit it for whatever reason, it wasn't your goal. There you go, I've said it. I said it. So your goals need to adapt to what you can actually do. So shall I give you an example? So a goal for me, if you're watching this now, sitting in this office as I am, okay, my goal is to go live in Poland. That's a huge goal, but I am not going to go and write on my goals, I want to go live in Poland, in the south of Poland, in the mountains. That's it, that's my goal. It's not a dream, it's a goal, because actually that's going to happen and it's part of my plan. But if I put that on my list, for sure, in a year's time, I'm going to, you know, I mean, that may not happen in a year's time. That isn't what I'm aiming for. So I'm going to put on my list, you know, it can go on my list, but that's not what I'm going to aim for with the clarity challenge. So I'm also going to write down the things I'm going to work towards. I want to grow my masterclass trainings. I want to improve my website. I want to look and develop for other easy processes to give to small business owners. These are going to be things that I can put down on my sheet. I also want to be able to grow my membership a bit more and help more people to be able to move forward with their businesses. Because, you know, by using the membership, they get to lift the curtain on the processes that they don't know how to help them yet. And, you know, okay, I can then get to help them through because I've seen what's on the other side. And once you've seen what's on this side of working for yourself and having a business and having it running well, and it's, you know, your prospect is good, I want to give that to everybody else kind of coming through at this point. So I want you to take the sheet, the first one in the training module, you know, you're going to see it in there. And I want you to write down your goals. It's really simple. So who are you and your goals? Now, these are going to change as we go through the course of the week. You're not going to come back to these pages probably until right at the end. And there's going to be a different theme set every day in terms of what we're going to be looking at. So some days are going to be comfortable for you to be able to fill out, and some days are going to be uncomfortable. But I please just urge you to embrace it, okay? You need to get completely comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because once you start to be comfortable with what hasn't gone right and being able to go, okay, I could have done that better, and being completely honest with yourself, things are going to start to become a bit clearer for you. So part of the training that I had in my life coaching module, which is just here actually behind me, was to be able to see a new pathway going forward, you have to go and get yourself totally and utterly confused. And it sounds like such a strange thing, but I can assure you that once you confuse yourself, once you confuse your brain and you can't give your brain a clear way forward, you start to look for a new way, and that new way will be presented to you. And then when you see the new way, you'll see that it makes complete and utter sense. And it would make more sense after that than it ever would have done beforehand. You ever been in a situation where you thought, gosh, I never would have coped with that. I would never have known how to do that. But when you're put in these situations, your brain finds a way to do it because it's the shock and awe factor. You have to completely throw yourself out and go, just do it. And that is what this training is part of. So it's a nice, easy one for today. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe even 11 by the time that we finish, but that's it. So welcome to the challenge. I'm not going to do any of the work for you. You're going to do it all yourself. The questions are there. But be honest with yourself and go answer them. And I look forward to hearing what comes back from this. If you have a question, just drop me an email over at paula@magictagic.com and I'll reply back and help you out where I can. But until then, it just leaves me to say, welcome in. Go and take these steps. And today's steps is the most important one. Go and write down whatever you're being asked to do. Don't overthink it, just get it onto paper. And I look forward to seeing what comes out of this.